I only have 10 minutes on this, so I gotta make this as quick as possible. Everyone loves this movie, guys. This came out in 2012. It's a refreshing romantic comedy to see, romantic comedy drama. And seriously, I cannot get enough of this movie, how much I love it. Silver Linings Playbook is written and directed by David O. Russell, stars Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Jackie Weaver, Robert De Niro, and Chris Tucker. And it follows this man named Pat who is just out, who's recently been out of the hospital, like out of a mental hospital after freaking out on his wife cheating on him and nearly beating the guy that she was having the affair with to death. And now he's living with his parents again. His kind of life's a mess. He no longer has his job teaching at school. He no longer can be at his house. He has a restraining order against his wife. And he's trying his life back in order. Try to find the silver lining, which the title comes in by. He meets this girl. He meets this person named Tiffany, who's also been going through a lot of shit. In fact, her husband has died. She got fired from her job, and she just can't hold herself together. She's really messed up. But however, after some rocky situations between these two, they decide to agree to do. Tiffany tells Pat that she can send a letter to Jack. I think it's Nikki. Yeah, Nikki. If Pat decides to do a dance routine with her. And what starts is a movie that I loved. I'm not a huge fan of romance movies, guys, mostly because they're so sentimental. There's too many Nicholas Sparks adaptations and too many Nicholas Sparks wannabes. However, this is a movie that's not even close to that. That would be fucking disgraceful and kind of offensive. Because this movie really deals with a lot of very, very difficult themes, such as finding the silver lining, getting better, finding this lining in such a dark path in life, finding a way to get better, also mental health, and just being kind of like human, I guess, again. And what I loved about it is that I feel for these characters. These people are not archetypes or stereotypes, and they're not forced. They don't force it. These themes are so well realized and explored. I am just invested in the story between these guys. I really feel for them as people. These people didn't feel like actors playing characters. They felt like real people. And that's not credible. You can get to the acting, the direction, and the writing. The acting is fantastic. Holy shit. Bradley Cooper is fantastic as Pat. I mean, this is a guy who really wants to be back with his wife because he still loves her. But I feel like that he still doesn't realize that maybe he needs to go near this other path. He still wants to get his old life back together, but he gotta realize that life is really gone. He needs to realize that. And I'm invested with him on his journey towards finding the silver lining in life. Sometimes you don't want him to do something that you're afraid he might do, but you later root for him because you're invested in him and you believe in him as a character. You understand him. Same goes for Tiffany. Jennifer Lawrence gives the best performance. I mean, she won an Oscar for Best Actress for it. She was fantastic as well. She's a character who's really damaged, but she brought such a great layer, but just like Cooper and like anyone else in the cast, brought such a great layer of depth to her character. This is a person who is damaged. She's just miserable. She just suffers from a lot of problems. She was very depressed. She made some decisions that she didn't want to. She has a few mental problems, but the thing is, this connection, but of course, with the connection between Tiffany and Pat, it helps her. It helps her grow as a person, and it helps them helps them get better, find the silver lining in life. And their chemistry is fantastic. It's undeniable, especially in the dancing scenes. And actually, the dance scene, when they actually do the dance style, that is so funny. Oh my god, I lost it. Also, I just love the blend between romance, comedy, and drama. David Russell did such a great job. He walks a fine line between each of those genres. They come at the right times. It knows when to be funny, it knows when to be serious, and of course, even bring romance. Although, to be honest, romance is not really a huge thing in that movie. It's kind of there. But it's not a bad thing because I'm invested in the film. I never was taken out during anything. I never felt like any emotion was forced. It felt real. It felt real. That's what I love most about it. It's real. I have 6 minutes left, guys. Sorry I'm rushing this. Also, Robert De Niro is fantastic. For a guy who's been hit or miss with his acting careers and his choices recently, he gets a fantastic performance here. Also, like that scene when he's talking to Pat, like he's Pat Senior, like he actually plays Pat Senior. He actually improvised that scene between whenever Pat is laying on the bed and Pat Senior talks to him, tells a story. That was actually improvised, and it was it felt real. I was really invested in him as a character. You know, his OCD was kind of funny, and all in fact, but in his gambling problem, I'm just invested in all these characters. Same with Jackie Weaver. She's a person who tries to be supportive of Pat Sr., but also Pat, trying to help him. But of course, he's not making it easy for him. But of course, Pat's not making it easy for himself. But I was really invested in the story, such as situations they go through, such as problems they have with mental health. The problem is they're trying to get better. They're really doing that. They're trying as hard as they can. And I thought David Russell was such great with dealing with all these complicated themes and really exploring them, really giving them a lot of depth, giving us well-realized characters, and investing me in the story. This is really a romance film you guys have to see. Just like 500 Days of Summer and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. These are romance movies that are real in terms of the story, the characters. You really feel for them. It's not forced and sappy, which I think is an awful idea because it's forcing you to care about them. When in fact, you don't really get to know them as people. You know these people as a person, not as characters in a film. They are well realized and they are people. That's how good, that's how well realized they are. That's how great the writing is. These characters are not characters. They're people. Guys, I loved this movie. I mean, some good cinematography times, but also Chris Tucker. He gives a lot. I mean, Chris Tucker's kind of a guy who's almost fallen off the map, but he's pretty funny for the scenes he is, and he's kind of the comic relief. I think he's really entertaining to sit through. I mean, I've never seen the Rush Hour movies. I might one day, but not now. I thought he was really funny with these scenes, although I think he's really funny. I think he's a good character. I do like some of the scenes he's in, especially like also the dancing scenes. Some of them are serious. Some of them are actually pretty damn funny. Like between Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, but also Chris Tucker even gets in there, and that's probably the funniest. That's probably where the laughs just never stop coming. Always some great jokes. Holy shit. I never found one real flat spot in this movie. I mean, the characters are well realized. The film is very emotional. It's real. It has such very complicated themes. It explores them with such great depth, sensitivity, and it has a lot of tricky themes to work with. I mean, you have to deal with mental illness, finding a silver lining in life. But however, it does this. It's so well realized. It actually didn't start off that great, but it got bigger as it went on because word of mouth came around, which I hope will help with Mad Max Fury Road. It might be already. But this is a movie that I really want. If you guys have not seen it, which I find impossible, it's been 3 years since it came out. It's on Netflix right now. I believe so. Try and find it. Hey, just buy it. I love it that much. It's that good a movie. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys don't want to see a movie that is not really deals with themes that you don't really want to see, this film works because it's a great film. And for my sister is a fan of romance movies. She has not seen this movie in full, which I find sad because this is a great movie. 5 out of 5. Guys, have you seen this movie? What do you think about it? Comment below and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Actually, guys, I want to add one more thing. I might just end on that same note. I love doing. This is a romance film I really want you guys to see. This is a romance film. Not Nicholas Sparks, not those Nicholas Sparks wannabes. This is a romance film. Subscribe to my channel for more videos and comment below.